Ever felt like you're just living life on autopilot, buying things you don't need, impressing people you don't even like? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? It's because most of us aren't living at all. We're just consumers, caught in an endless cycle of seeking approval from everyone but ourselves. Think back to Fight Club. Remember the first rule? You do not talk about Fight Club. But here's the catch, that silence represented breaking free from society's control. Fight Club wasn't about violence. It was about liberation, discovering who you really are beneath the clutter society piles onto you. I once met a guy who seemed to have it all. Fancy car, big house, impressive job. But beneath the surface, he was hollow. He confessed to me, "Tyler, none of this is mine. It all belongs to the person everyone expects me to be." And that's the tragedy, isn't it? Most people live their entire lives trapped by the expectations of others, never truly experiencing freedom. You see, the philosophy of Fight Club is simple. Let go. Let go of who society tells you to be and embrace who you genuinely are. Real freedom comes from rejecting the false comforts of consumerism, embracing authenticity, and diving into self-reflection. Only then can you discover true fulfillment. I realized early on that life's purpose isn't found in chasing happiness. It's found in pursuing meaning. Happiness is fleeting. It's a temporary high from buying new things, getting likes on social media, or seeking validation from others. But meaning, that's different. It's about knowing who you are, what matters to you, and fiercely protecting that truth. Look around you. Are the things you own starting to own you? Do you spend your days distracted, disconnected, drifting through life without direction? Here's a wake-up call. Your time is limited. Every moment wasted pretending to be someone you're not is time you'll never get back. I challenge you to sit quietly and ask yourself, who am I? What truly matters to me? Let those answers guide you. Step by step, shed the unnecessary. Stop caring about what others think and start building the life that aligns with your true self. This is your life and it's ending 1 minute at a time. Make every second count. Be mindful, be intentional, be awake. The greatest revolution is internal, the one within your mind. You are not your job. You are not your bank account. You are the depth of your experiences, the strength of your character, and the authenticity of your soul. Remember that. Built by men but not for men, the irony of modern society. Our modern society stands as a grand monument to progress. Magnificent cities, sophisticated technology, towering skyscrapers, powerful institutions. All these structures, these complexities of our civilization, were predominantly constructed by the hands and minds of men. And yet, paradoxically, this very society was never designed to nurture, understand, or support the very men who built it. If we dive deeper into the philosophy Tyler Durden embodied in Fight Club, we find this stark irony expressed clearly. Men have poured their energies into creating a world that prizes achievement and power above authenticity and true personal fulfillment. We've built a system that measures success in numbers, promotions, and bank statements, but rarely in terms of meaning, happiness, or inner peace. Think about it. Young men are raised to compete, to climb ladders, to build careers, and to win at all costs. They are taught early to suppress emotions, encouraged to hide vulnerability beneath a hardened shell of stoicism. Emotional expression is often mocked, viewed as weakness or a threat to their masculinity. So what happens? They turn inward, bearing feelings and authenticity until their true selves become strangers hidden within. As Tyler Durden would say, the things you own end up owning you. Men created consumerism and industrialism, yet these systems have turned back to imprison them. They are pressured to constantly prove their worth through possessions and titles, endlessly pursuing validation from external achievements. But where is the space for meaningful introspection, emotional health, or spiritual growth in a society driven purely by external validation? Consider the story of so many men today, caught in routines that offer wealth but rob them of fulfillment. The promising executive who, at the peak of his career, realizes he knows nothing about himself beyond his profession. The successful businessman who finds himself surrounded by luxury, yet emotionally isolated, detached from family, friendship, and inner purpose. Our culture has trained men to invest their lives in a vision of success dictated by society, only to leave them lost, disconnected, and deeply unhappy when they inevitably achieve it. In essence, our modern world creates an ironic tragedy. Men build societies that ultimately neglect the most fundamental aspects of their own humanity. Men need community, genuine connection, emotional freedom, and purpose-driven lives. Yet society continues to place them on a treadmill of meaningless productivity and hollow achievement. What Tyler Durden sought was not merely rebellion, but liberation, freedom from societal expectations, from endless consumerism, from emotional numbness. He pointed out the absurdity of living to impress others, of chasing materialistic goals that never bring real satisfaction. True fulfillment doesn't come from acquiring more. It comes from understanding and embracing one's authentic self, nurturing genuine relationships, and pursuing meaningful experiences that enrich the soul. The call to action here is clear and powerful. Wake up. Look beyond the superficial layers of modern life. Question what you've been told to value and start the internal revolution Tyler Durden spoke about. A mindful rebellion aimed at rediscovering what truly matters. Only then can men begin shaping a society not merely constructed by them, but genuinely designed for them. A society aligned with authenticity, fulfillment, and true freedom. Historically, men found their purpose deeply embedded within clear and immediate roles, roles that often directly impacted their survival, community, and identity. From ancient tribesmen who hunted and provided for their families, warriors who defended their villages, farmers who cultivated land with their bare hands, to craftsmen who shaped materials into meaningful artifacts, men's purpose was tangible, direct, and rooted in a sense of responsibility towards something greater than themselves. Their identity wasn't defined by superficial metrics, but by their contributions and their connection to a community. There was no need to search for validation through consumerism or status symbols, because purpose was innately understood, felt in every action, every achievement. A man knew his role, whether it was providing food, shelter, protection, or wisdom, and that clarity provided deep meaning, self-respect, and authentic fulfillment. Today, that clarity has vanished beneath the veil of modern complexity. Society has shifted drastically, moving away from survival-based roles toward abstract achievements, promotions, salaries, possessions, followers on social media. Men's identities and purposes have become disconnected from immediate, tangible outcomes, and instead tied to external validation from a system that thrives on superficial success. Rather than earning their place through meaningful action and community support, men now chase symbols of achievement that rarely align with genuine satisfaction or inner peace. Tyler Durden pointed out the great irony of modern life. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy things we don't need. Men today often struggle because they're seeking their purpose through the eyes of others, rather than through authentic self-reflection and meaningful experiences. Unlike their ancestors, modern men frequently feel lost, not due to a lack of achievement, but due to a lack of meaningful direction. Historically, purpose was communal. Men were united by a shared sense of identity, responsibility, and honor. But today, men often navigate alone, disconnected from authentic bonds, burdened by competition, individualism, and isolation. The pursuit of purpose has become individualized, leading many men to feel overwhelmed, anxious, and ultimately unfulfilled. Reconnecting with true purpose requires returning, in spirit, to the clarity of the past. Not to regress, but to reclaim the essence of authentic responsibility, meaningful action, and genuine community. Men today must redefine their identities, not by what society demands, but by the depth of their inner truth, their integrity, their connection with others, and their willingness to contribute meaningfully to something beyond themselves. Only when men consciously reject shallow definitions of success, embracing instead authentic, meaningful engagement with life, relationships, creativity, community, and inner growth, can they rediscover the clarity of purpose that once defined and inspired their ancestors. Tyler Durden's ultimate lesson stands clear. Genuine purpose is found not in status or possessions, but in living intentionally, authentically, and courageously connected to the world around you.